That wasn't the Red Baron in the skies over Tulsa today. That was News Center 2 photographer Barry Levy. Barry was aboard a biplane trainer built in the 1920s, one of a squadron of antique aircraft staging a preview of this weekend's fly-in and air show at the Tahlequah Airport. In order to shoot the aerial photography, Barry used a special mount for his camera. It was strapped to him, and he in turn was strapped to the aircraft seat. And there were no parachutes for either him or the camera. Good stuff there, though. There he is in the mirror. I was saying right there.
It's a braver dude than I am.
Can you make that?
Live 1 to 234. If you could get an engineer on the two-way, we're ready to send a signal.
Are you powered up to Sand Springs?
Let me adjust just a second. If you could kind of keep me updated on how it's looking.
Go back. Hold it right there. If you could go ahead and give me a little audio, please.
Okay, stand by. Oh, hold it like plane right there. Where would you like it?
Okay. I got you picking it up, so just go ahead and pull it out here and hook it up.
Live 2 to 234. We're ready for an audio check.
Speak to me.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is Jeff on his way by chance?
I certainly hope so.
Well.
Stand by a minute. Let me check audio in the other room.
Okay, 10-4. Standing by.
Anytime.
No, it isn't.
Northeastern Oklahoma's News Center. Bill Shield, meteorologist Alan Winfield, and sports with Jeff Medders. This is News Center 2.
Good evening. A close call today for some North Tulsa homeowners. A grass fire fueled by winds and dry conditions scorched large sections of their yards. At one time, the fire threatened their home. Our news crew saw the blaze and reported it to the fire department, then helped put the fire out. And in the minutes before the fire engines arrived, it was touch and go.
Pete, we need to get a hose hooked up. Come on over here.
Once our crews started shooting, the fire began to come quickly towards the homes. Photojournalist Barry Levy left his camera rolling on the ground.
Pete, get over here real quick.
Reporter Pete Knutson helped set up a hose line in a backyard.
I'll get it.
Seconds later, in thickening smoke, the homeowner took over to try and save his yard and his home. The fire was elusive in pockets.
Got some more coming up toward your right. Hey, turn it back on. Turn it back on.
In the distance, fire sirens.
Worried for your home at all?
Well, we're worried about children out here could get burnt, our homes.
Closer, homeowners with blankets smothering the fire and making progress against it.
How's it looking? It's looking good now. Yeah. Were you worried for your home at all? I sure was. I was in there sleep.
When the fire department arrived, the homeowners' frustrating efforts to use garden hoses as fire lines was replaced by the real thing.
Looks like a lot of neighbors got together and saved some homes.
Yeah, it does. It looked like it had quite a head start on us. It was already halfway up these backyards when we arrived.
The fire was likely caused by kids or by a man playing with a bottle rocket. The dry conditions seem to be taking their toll today. So far, the fire department's battled about 10 grass fires.
I was born here. I enjoy riding over the place. It's home. It's where I've been most of my life. I got started hanging around saddle shops around the stockyards and places, going with my grandfather to sell cattle, and liked it. And then when we got to raising horses and working with them, our stuff would break. I started fixing it and patching it. I normally nail them to the table so you can't lift them up. So you're not supposed to lift them up and look. It's a dying art. There's leather and the time that it takes to build a saddle makes them almost unaffordable for most people to purchase. So there's not a large demand for these saddles anymore. So it's very hard to make a living on it by itself. I personally always said a saddle maker would starve to death if that's all they could do. Leathers is just one of the commodities that we use. It's, I like the smell of it. Lots of my customers come in and they say, oh, we love the smell of it here. It's nice and dry and pretty in here year-round. You don't have to worry about the snow and the water and the breaking ice for the horses or the cattle. Is one of the main reasons I've moved to the indoor profession. It's more or less my nature.
I really believe, the Lord has blessed me in doing this because it comes relatively easy to me. For certain things, you look for a certain grain, certain type of wood. Looks like too rotten. Before I actually carve something, I'll study it and go to the library.
Hello, Fritz. How you doing, buddy?
Maybe take pictures, make rough sketches, find pictures of it, and before I actually carve any wood. And a chainsaw enables you to move a lot of wood fast, and lends itself to a lot of textures. I always wear all this safety equipment because I'd rather wear it and be safe and take a chance on running a good pair of pants. I like to think that I do this artwork for people because they enjoy it. People come and they see and they smile. The sculpture that I liked the best and was one of my biggest challenges was, of course, the Vietnam veteran. The Vietnam veterans deserved that. I gave him my best when I carved it. And I hope that it helps people who maybe lost loved ones, and people who came back from Vietnam.
There may never have been a more close-knit family than the Hogan brothers, who spent their early lives at Okmulgee. But it is their service experience during World War II that makes them truly unique. Records show that the brothers, Ernest, Walter, Gene, Francis, Paul, and David, are the only 6 brothers in the history of the U.S. Navy who were in combat simultaneously and survived. They are still living, though scattered to the 4 winds now, but this past week, just before Veterans Day, they got together for a family reunion at Ernest's southeast Tulsa home. There were such memories.
Execute code so-and-so against Japan. Repeat, this is not a drill.
Or my outfit was on Okinawa at the time, and that wasn't a pleasant thought, thinking about going into Japan. And
torpedoed twice, and we only got back to the States once for repairs. The other time they just sent us into Pearl and says make do. And
the Langley, the Ranger, the Sarah, the Lexington, and that's about all.
And the Enterprise.
Enterprise. That's all. So it was. Now, one year they had to mail Christmas packages by the end of October so that servicemen could get them by Christmas. I ended up getting mine in March.
And so I had to join up on 17 on graduation day.
Oh, wow. That was the first day Mother had let you go, wasn't it?
No, Dad made me that promise.
He made you that.
Last month, the Hogan brothers received a letter from President Reagan. In it, he praised their critical role in the preservation of America's security and freedom. But the Hogan brothers say the real heroes were those that didn't return and those at home who waited. I'm Jerry Weber, News Center 2.
Everybody knew what you were saying if they were radiomen.
Your friends are then go down. Joe Smith, Lulubelle, 2 heads, 2 noses, 4 eyes, 2 mouths, eating at once, and you're just in time.
The weather has been nice. People have been very good. Last couple of days have been cold and windy, and not sort of glad to be leaving and going on to the next one.
Right now, I mean, pretty well wore out.
We just got here a little while ago. I was busy all the other days. Never had a chance to get out here.
I've been out watching the rodeo. My brother's in the rodeo, and I've been out watching it, so I got to see what all the fair has.
Can I get 2, please? Mustard on?
Some people come by at 1:30 in the morning and say, well, give me a corn dog. All I do is stand there and I tell them at 1:30 in the morning, you want a corn dog? I work with them 17 hours a day, you know, I get sick of them.
A dime now. Well, get them in the rhythm. Watch where that dime goes. Where it goes in the red, and light in the bright now. Anybody off the chain now? I'll continue for this. It's a dime on the expensive, okay? $100 a minute. Hey, play right now. Got a winner. There goes another choice. Put it down there.
When I wanted to open a studio in town, Paseo was where I wanted to do it.
Number 9. Hey, Kitty.
Hey, 9.
Did you make the coffee? Hi, Kitty.
Well, we've gotten national press coverage the last 3 years as a major Memorial Weekend event. Well, what are we going to do? Just say, well, you know, we'll go back to a 2-day festival and 50 artists, and we're not going to do that. get some more stuff out here. It's a huge undertaking, and by a very, I mean, we're talking small group of people. Number 9, I'll know it's a success if it'll all be intangible. It won't be a success if we make a lot of money, because we never have made a lot of money. It will be a success if everybody loves it, if the sun shines, nobody's stuff blows over. Well, isn't this impressive? All this beauty comes out of all this filth. If anybody ever asks, you know, well, what do you do? I would maybe mention that, but I'm an artist. And I try to bring that to the production of this festival. We're a small organization, a group of artists, and we put on a show for the art, or for the city. It's kind of like our gift to the city. And we do it for the artists in the show. I mean, we do it for ourselves. We want people to notice Paseo, but it is a festival, and it is fun. It's going to be great. You'll love it. Trust me.